Hi everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my channel. A very warm welcome to all the people who have been a part of my YouTube journey, as well as all the people who are watching me for the first time. My name is Twinkle and I make everything related to aviation. If you're someone who wants to get into aviation, who wants to learn, grow, whether it is about your information, tips to crack an interview, or how to build resumes, or if you're not sure of how the process of different airlines from domestic to international work, this is the channel for you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and want a lot of information, insider news about aviation, then do consider subscribing to my channel. I will leave the link of my Instagram handle where I'm absolutely very active in the description below. Do also consider subscribing that. Getting to the topic of this video, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 6-step process of Virgin Atlantic interview for cabin crew position. So if you're someone who has already applied or who is eyeing to apply for Virgin Atlantic, obviously we're talking about India base, which is Delhi or Mumbai base. The vacancies keep on coming, so do not miss any part of this video. Keep watching. So as I told you that it's a very easy 6-step process, and the first step obviously is to apply online. Now there are 3 things that I want to tell you to motivate you even further, and to slot many candidates who consider themselves as not eligible for the airline itself. Number 1 is this airline does not bar you from an age limit criteria, which is doesn't matter you're 35, 36, doesn't matter you're married with kids, doesn't even matter if you have experience, relevant or irrelevant, whatever experience, even if you don't have it, you are very much open to apply. And there have been so many of my own students, be it a mother of 2 or totally inexperienced person or someone who is above the age of 35, very successfully gotten into the airline. So if any of these factors are keeping you away from applying to the airline, do not shy away. Go ahead and apply for this airline. If you're good enough, you will definitely be hired. Let's talk about what happens once you apply online. So you will definitely receive an email in your inbox that they have your application has landed in their inbox, and you will also receive an email. I will try to put the pictures or fix the pictures of the emails if possible on the screen for your reference. Now let's move on to the second step, which is going to be your invitation for an interactive cabin crew assessment done online. Now within 3 to 5 days, you would receive an email that will invite you for this assessment. This is an online assessment which is divided into 2 parts. This is not timed, so you will have about 1 hour. It might take that much of time, so make sure that you have a lot of time in your hand and you're very confidently prepared to participate in this interactive assessment. Now, as I said, that there are 2 parts. Part 1 has 2 types of questions. First part is considered as a role-based situation, where they will be giving you situations based on the daily life problems that you can encounter in your cabin crew journey. And there will be a situation, there will be 4 options. You have to select one option based on your understanding and what will you do in that very scenario. You have to make sure you answer that question. So there would be a couple of questions about that. And in the second part, you would see that there would be information provided. So there would be a video, and there would be most probably something which is similar to cabin crew notices. So you are supposed to read those notices and answer the question based on that notice itself, which will focus on your understanding, your analyzation, and what are you actually going to do in that situation. Because in cabin crew life, there are almost on an alternate day basis, there are notices, adverts that keep coming, and you're supposed to understand and abide by them on your daily professional life. So you have to answer those questions based on the cabin crew notices, similar information, and that comprises of your first part. Let's move on to the second part. The second part of the video is 3 video responses, which means there will be 3 questions and you're supposed to record your answers like it happens in a pre-recorded video interview. And when I talk about you have to record yourself, needless to say that you have to sit in a well-lit environment. You have to be well groomed, making sure you're in formals, your hair are neatly done, there is visible makeup for females, for males, making sure that your skin, your attire is neatly done, you are very presentable. Plus, make sure that your audio video checks are already done, because this is going to be reviewed by not AI, but an actual human being is going to review it. And based on your performance in part 1 and part 2, you will receive an invitation for a live video interview, which is the third step. Right? Needless to say, I will try to also affix a thank you email that you should receive after you complete this stage, which is the step 2 stage, right? Let's move on to the third stage now. So once you receive that invitation of a live video interview, you can expect questions which are basic, or your experience based, or your resume based. For example, if you're someone who's experienced, you can expect questions like, tell us about a time where you exhibited excellent teamwork. If you notice that this is a situation based question, basically you're supposed to give an example of a past experience where you've shown this, which should be very easy. Or for an experienced cabin crew, provided you've prepared for it. Another question could be, tell us about a time where you had a pleasant experience as a cabin crew in flight. Or some other question could be that, tell me about an experience where you worked under pressure. So these are mostly situation based questions. Could also be asked basic questions like, why do you specifically want to work with Virgin Atlantic and what attracts you to this company? So be it fresher or an experienced person, a situational or a behavior question is something that you must prepare for. If you're someone who's looking to prepare and does not have a lot of time in hand and want the resources, the PDFs, the answers to these questions already done by someone who is an expert, I have prepared an interview toolkit where you have templates of resumes. You have more than 55 situational and behavioral questions with answers. You have more than 25 questions which are basic with their answers, which are mostly focused on cabin crew interviews. Apart from that, you have more than 7+ English tests to help you perform better in an actual online or offline English test. Apart from that, you also have a sample bullet point booklet. I will leave the link to that interview toolkit. If in case you're interested, you can very well go ahead and get your hands on it. The link is in the description box. Moving on to what happens next. Once you're done with this virtual interview, you might as well get a heads up from the VA representative about practicing your swimming beforehand, because you might have to give a swim test very soon. So it might take a couple of days or even weeks for you to get an email where you have to select a slot for your swim test. You know, Virgin Atlantic requires you to mandatorily swim 25 meters off distance in water unaided without a flotation device, and which you should be able to do. Plus you have to inflate the life jacket. It's like a small mini ditching that they need from your end. So if you're someone who is not comfortable swimming, does not know how to swim, you must consider going for a basic course of 5 to 10 days. That should be enough. And if you're someone who has forgotten or is just scared of water, please get yourself comfortable in water. In these many days, it should be more than enough. I have had many students who have done it and been able to successfully also clear this stage. So next stage would be, you'll select a slot, go for a swim test and perform. If you are able to clear that test, although the results are not given then and there, you can expect them to give you an iPad and read an announcement in Hindi, which they are expecting you to do very fluently and clearly. They're basically looking for your Hindi fluency and if you're able to talk in Hindi as well or not, because obviously they would be covering that sector, and if they're hiring an Indian, that is a no-brainer, right? So you can expect yourself to do some announcements in Hindi. They're pretty easy, but if you're someone who needs some practice, you can definitely go ahead and do some PA practices, which is public announcement practices, before you go ahead with it. The next thing that you can expect after this whole stage, which is the swim test and the Hindi PA announcement test, is to wait for a few weeks to hear from them whether you've been selected or not. And that's about it. This stage should take a few weeks as well. So all you need to do is be very patient. It can take more than 2 months also to hear from them. So be patient and think positive at this time. I really feel that this is the time where they really test your patience. And this is not just about this airline, but about most of the airlines. It's truly said where you have to wait. You're waiting for something really good that is going to happen. So please hold your horses. Please be patient. This is all what I had to cover in this quick and easy video, which talks about Virgin Atlantic's 6-step process of application to their last stage and waiting for their documents and basically your medicals, etc. If you have any other question, a doubt, suggestion or comment to share with me, you know the drill. Please put it down in the comment section below and I will get back to you. If you have any suggestions that you want to see specific videos, you can also leave them in the comment section below. I will see you in my next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.